right, good morning. It's Thursday, October 5th, and you know what? If you guys are late, whatever it is, you're in the old WhatsApp legacy community. I can't give you that link every time because I can't control the paywall on that WhatsApp. All right, you got to be a VIP member. You have to enter the show through the app. So I'm going to start getting strict on that. Like, there's like 10 people here right on time when I give the link into that WhatsApp, but like you guys have a hard time getting into the app. So sorry, get into the app. It's very easy. All right. So in any case, got some good picks for you. We'll go through the thesis on them and some technical levels. Let me just make sure something does not add up here with this link. Let me just make sure that link is correct in the app. And it is. The link is correct in the app. All right. So in any case, listen, we had some jobs data this morning, which is putting pressure on our whole little bull rally thesis. Okay. We'll see. TLT is down because jobs data came in better than expected this morning, only slightly better than expected. You remember yesterday was ADP was much worse than expected. That would spark the rally. Now, looking at TLT, I think the way to analyze this is, can TLT hold the lows? Two numbers to look at. Can it hold yesterday's lows, which, wow, pre-market a second ago? It didn't, but can it hold yesterday's lows in regular hours? That's going to be a key important level. I think if you don't hold yesterday's lows, then you're going to make a move towards the all-time low. Is that the all-time low? The 5-year low, whatever, right? You're going to make a move towards the low on Tuesday. These are the levels that I think the market will really react to negatively. All right, intraday. So yesterday's low was 85.37. So if TLT goes below 85.37, I think you're going to see IWM, RK, maybe even SPY QQ accelerate to the downside. If you go below 84.89, forget it. You're back into crash mode in the market, regardless of moving average support lines, regardless of oversold levels. Doesn't matter. If TLT goes to new lows, the market's going to crash. Similar to what it did Monday, Tuesday. So those are the levels. Write them down and pay very close attention to that. And if it's a little bit tedious, but if TLT, precarious, I should say, but if TLT holds this 85.37, it's above it now, then perhaps see this negative 0.6%. Perhaps you're not going to see that negative 0.6%, in here we go. See, IWM RK already be doing better than negative 0.6%. SPY QQQ, they're only down slightly. So that's my prediction for the day. Stay above yesterday's low on TLT, and then you can get a continuation of the rally. You can even see IWM, RK, SPY QQQ go green as long as we stay above yesterday's low. And then what we're looking for is a move to the 20 DMAs. We're looking for a little bit. The economic data coming in each day does not cause TLT to go to new lows. Then we make our way towards the 20 DMAs. You see where it is on IWM. You see where that 200, let's call it the 200 DMA will be the target on RK, and so on and so forth. All right, that's my guide. And I think that's a good guide you can look at as well. Now, as far as individual stocks, so far, as of this moment with TLT, we're still good, but it's precariously good, right? It's not like, oh my God, markets are going to explode right now. What's this? Lucid introduces the new 77,000 Air Pure RWD as sport. Okay. Very good for Lucid. Discovery AAL, American announces webcast, medical properties. All right. I'll take a look at Lucid later. I just have avoided Lucid because they lose so much money. Okay. Anyway, here are probably the top picks already in order. First one we're going to talk about is Overstock. Now, I wouldn't jump on Overstock now. I mean, you could if you want. It's riskier to do it now, right? We grabbed a little bit. Man, I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning so I could try to grab some at like 15:10, and I was only able to get a few hundred shares. And the thing just rocketed to 15.55 without even a trade, like in between. I think it was 15.14, and then it just jumped to 15.55, and there were no trades in between 15.14 and then 15.55 until pulled back a little bit to 15.50. So that's the price action so far this morning. Let's talk about why and what the targets could be and what the behavior might be. So you can see here we covered this on Tuesday morning, And we actually said this was Mark Lemonis, I think is his name. He's coming on to the board of directors of Overstock. And on that Tuesday morning, I said, this could spike, but it'll be a dead cat bounce. Oh my gosh, that was such a perfect call. All right. So it did. It spiked and then had a quick dead cat bounce and it was back down. Okay. So why are we back up here again at the same level we got rejected at Tuesday? Because that same guy, Mark Lemonis, bought $500,000 worth of shares, revealed in a Form 4 after 8 p.m. last night. He bought 500,000 shares, insider buy. And not only that, he's been very active on Twitter. And the engagement around that and how he's engaging with other people, it's starting to feel like, this could become a meme stock, right? We've always talked about this potential with the name change to Bed Bath & Beyond, and Bed Bath & Beyond now no longer trading. So you can get this kind of meme stock potential. There's also some suggestion that he may buy more stock that is not done buying. So that's the good news is taking it up today. So the theme of the day is, hey, Overstock might become a meme stock because of this guy, Mark Lemonis. That's the theme of the day. That's the catalyst that's pushing it up. And potentially the targets could be, we're 1570 now. The targets could be somewhere in 16 to 1750 range. Top of this candle, 1650, double top there. See that 1650 to 1780. That's possibly in play. Maybe it's a swing period. Maybe it's even today. It's possible. 1650 to 1760. Now, I'm personally not willing to put big money on it, buying at 1568 because this was the resistance level that it got rejected on high volume Tuesday after the good news came out. So my thinking is, and I could be wrong, my thinking is these same sellers who are here Tuesday morning will show up again at the open, giving us an opportunity to get back in lower. I mean, I would love to buy it 1510, right? I'd love to buy it yesterday's close. I'd love to buy it the gap fill. Knowing what I know now that I didn't know yesterday, that seems like a great deal that this guy bought $500,000 worth of stock. I don't know if we're going to get that low. Very strong support at 1550 this morning, but just keep in mind this $45,000 in pre-market volume is a drop in the bucket compared to the selling volume, then the selling pressure that was there at the open on Tuesday. So these cynical short sellers, the funds that are just shorting every pop on Overstock might just do that again at the open. However, I think that the sentiment and the catalyst that I've talked about here, the dynamics of the market psychology, the impact that catalyst has on the market psychology and the sentiment about this potentially being a meme stock, I think could overcome the morning selling pressure. Is it possible these funds that have been shorting change their playbook this morning and say, "Oh, Mark Lemonis bought stock. I don't want to sell the pop today"? I guess it's possible. I guess anything's possible, but that's how I'm doing it. All right. We got a small position. Like I said, we bought a little bit at like 1510 at 4 in the morning. I think we added just a little bit here in the 1550s, averaged up a little bit, but we have a fraction of the size I want to have. So I'm going to be waiting for these big guns to come in and short this down, hopefully to below 1525, maybe towards a gap fill, and then I'll get in big with expectation that we're going to overcome the supply. That's the thesis. Could be wrong. It could go straight up. All right. The upside targets again are 1650 to 1750. And if you have the balls in this market to swing, go for it. I think I'm a little gun-shy swinging anything right now. So for me, I want to be careful. I want to make sure I have a good entry, right? Because if I get in at 1570 and it pulls back to 15, and then it gets, maybe a 1750 in a week, I don't know. I'm not sure I want to play that. I want to get an entry that makes me money today. Okay, so that's Overstock. Probably going to be the number one pick at the right entry. Okay, in terms of actually what the number one pick is, from the 9:30 open, just hang on to the end of the show. Maybe I'll make it something else because I worry about the 9:30 opening price on Overstock. Okay. McDonald's has been taking a huge beating. Look at this. Wow. Been getting crushed. Now we have some insight into why. Walmart came out in an interview yesterday and said because of Ozempic and related drugs, people are reducing their calorie consumption. And he said just slightly. He said there's a slight reduction in calorie in food, I guess they're selling at Walmart, and they blame it on Ozempic. And really, that's why McDonald's has been going down. It's been a knife, man. It's been straight down. Well, yesterday they raised their dividend by 10% from 152 to 167. Right? Simple thesis that basically we're oversold. So technicals are oversold. And now you have a dividend increase with hopefully the tailwind of a market that's rebounding. Let's just double check TLT as I say that. Okay, so hopefully you have this tailwind of the market rebounding. So you got a bunch of things coming together to put a floor in Microsoft stock. And I could potentially see this moving several dollars today. So McDonald's, and this is something that's ideal for options if you want to play it. Just be careful to preserve your capital if it goes against you. Okay, so over McDonald's, definitely going to be a top 5 pick today. AugX, one of our favorites we haven't talked about in a long time. This little AI healthcare company. I think I still own it in my personal retirement account. But AugX with 2 press releases this morning. At least one of them directly AI related, right? So this is like an AI healthcare company, and they have really cool technology. Look at this strategic partnerships they're forging that they talked about this morning, and then a separate press release 15 minutes later with one of those strategic partners. They're bringing automated mental health screenings to patient visits. This is interesting. So if you saw past shows, you can go on YouTube and you can see their technology where if you go on a doctor visit, you have this AI technology listening into the conversation between you and the doctor, and it automatically makes the medical notes, right? Doesn't only write summaries, but it fills in data, fills in like height, weight, like whatever, disease state, like it's pretty wild. And then it's much easier for the nurse or the doctor or whatever afterwards to go in and look at this electronic medical note that was created. Instead of writing it from scratch, they just review it and maybe they make a quick edit and that's it. That's the technology which is being tested with one of their big partners. I forgot the name of the partner. In 5 hospitals, I believe it is right now. And once that test goes well, it's going to be like released nationally. I mean, this is potential. This is huge potential. It's a $200 million market cap. Well, this morning they're saying they're taking that technology, and now that AI is going to do automated mental health screening. So it's just going to listen to the words and the cadence of whatever the patient is saying, and then it's going to have some assessment that, hey, maybe this person's at mental health risk or something. Pretty wild stuff. The world is changing. So AugX, it's been also very strong. A lot of relative strength. I know it went down the last couple of days, but if you look at like the 1-month chart, it's above the 50 and the 20 DMAs. So with 2 press releases this morning, I wouldn't be surprised to see AugX maybe have a day similar to what I had Monday morning. You see that? One from like 5 to 550 out of the gates. I would not be surprised to see some price action like that this morning. So AugX, something I'd like to maybe get a position in the morning. Don't think I'd chase it at the 537 ask, but all right, so look at it. There's also some AI news on DNA and IBM. You can take a look at those. I don't think I want to play them. I just looked at, one of the things when you analyze the news, you have to consider how impactful is that news to the market cap, right? So I just talked about that product, right? That sounds like a pretty, a product that has a big TAM compared to 200 million market cap. So that could have a big impact on AugX stock. Whereas if you look at IBM, and compare what their press release was, their product AI release on 128 billion, not as big. Although, if the market goes up, look at this, IBM is kind of consolidating and trying to form a bottom here at 140. So it could be a nice little RSI is 39. So if the market does well today, really wouldn't be surprised if IBM does well, makes a move towards 144. That's why it's up here currently in the top 5. DNA, I think the AI news was much less interesting, especially in the backdrop of recent price action on good news. It didn't react well to good news recently. So DNA probably. So let me just actually move DNA, keep IBM in the top 5 and move DNA out of there. Okay. Drio had a little bit of news this morning, but I don't think it's that impactful. You can take a look at it. They've had news like this before, which it hasn't really moved the needle aside from like a morning pop and then it gives it back. But I will say the technical is really good on this. It's had a nice month. It's above the key moving averages. But for today, I'm not going to be playing it for today. I do own some of this. I got some back. I got back into some a couple weeks ago in my retirement account. Actually, I think it was early September when we bailed on Overstock. Yeah, I took some of that Overstock money and I said, let me put some of that back in Drio. In any case, not going to be playing it today. I don't think that catalyst is strong enough to have a sustained move today. Tesla, we missed this yesterday, but in retrospect, why has it been doing so well? I think it's mostly because of there's catalysts all the time on Tesla. Lots of good news all the time. But I think this tailwind is about the UAW strike and what's going on at Ford, GM, and Stellantis. I think it all finally came together yesterday, and people really seeing how Tesla's going to benefit from what's going on there. I think that's what that move was about. Now it's over the 20 DMA. Some news this morning that now Hyundai is going to be using Kia too. Is Kia and Hyundai are different, right? So now they have two. All right, so both Hyundai and Kia, they got both Hyundai. I mean, it's the whole freaking ecosystem are going to be using Tesla chargers. Okay, Hyundai and Kia. But I think the big move, really, I think this is really about the UAW strike. I do believe that. But in any case, over the 20 DMA. Yesterday, I guess we should have played it. I'm not sure I want to play it today. I don't know. Maybe there's a play in there if it bounces off or holds the 20 DMA. This is something I'm holding long term, but I missed the day trade on it yesterday. I guess we'll be monitoring this for potential support levels. I guess that's going to be above Drio. Okay. All right. Costco got an upgrade today, but we just got too much going on today. And the price target wasn't huge. Okay. It was Telsey. They raised it from 575 to 600. Probably not big enough to make it interesting for the day. Okay. But it might go up. So it's an idea for you. You can look at it. If you like the chart, you can apply it on this catalyst. All right, 575 to 600. Then I'm looking at potential follow through on Intel, on a spinoff news on Intel. He said that the value of that company they want to spin off is 10% of the market cap. Didn't really move much yesterday, but it's holding its own. Maybe if this breaks the 20 DMA, maybe that's an entry level on if it breaks the 20 DMA. All right. You got the support at the 50. Maybe that's also an entry level. Break the 20, entry level. Support at 50, entry level. We'll look at it like that. And I think Intel deserves to get a closer watch. So we'll put that up. We'll be watching that together with Tesla. And then Peloton. Okay, Peloton, I put this whole very specific thesis and chart in the chat room. Let me just say, I thought it had broken out yesterday. It was right on the cusp. It needs to break out of this 523, 524. See the top of these two wicks here, 523, 524? It needs to break above that to then challenge this M pattern there at 544. It looked like at the close yesterday it did because it closed at like 524, 525, but now it's at 518, 520. Let me just put it this way. Your range you're in right now is the 20 DMA to the downside support and your resistance there 525. Okay, 20 DMA is where exactly? I don't know. It's around 5. So that's your range you're playing in. So I think 5 is a buy. 525, probably a buy too if it breaks out, but it could be, if it's having trouble with 525. So like buy at 5, sell at 525, 525 breakout, boom. You get a 525 breakout. Let me show this chart. It's clear on the 30-minute. Oops, I got to go to 5-day, 30-minute. Beautiful. Now you see this M, that big M topping pattern. You see the resistance before at 523, 524. So we break that 523, 524, you're going to go boom, and you're going to challenge 540. And then if you break 540, then your target's going to be all the way up here at the gap first over here, 597 to 640, that 50 DMA, which is declining. All right, so I very much like Peloton, but it's got to break out of that 524. Okay, so we'll move Peloton up here, and we're going to watch that very closely. Okay. And I think we're going to leave it at that. Oh, no, I forgot. Airbnb is, I think, maybe a short idea. Here we go. Let me actually put this in the top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, let me explain to you the thesis in a second. So like IBM number 5, maybe we'll play this. Maybe we'll play IBM, and then we're going to watch Peloton and Tesla and Intel for possible opportunities. But these top 4 are the ones I'm more likely to play. Overstock long, McDonald's long, AugX long, Airbnb short low. So Airbnb, look, it's had a bad couple of days. What happened here? Insider selling. After the close on Tuesday, some fours were disclosed. But after the close last night, the CEO disclosed selling millions of dollars worth of shares. On Tuesday night, I think it was some directors, a smaller size, and then you get larger size from the CEO last night. I'm actually a little surprised it's not doing worse this morning. And your target here is the 200 DMA. It's 127 now, target about 122. You got some support at 123 to 125. You see that, right? So like 123 to 125 maybe, and then 122. This might be a good short to hedge against some of these longs that we're considering doing here this morning on Overstock, McDonald's, and AUGEX. And let's just take another look at yesterday's lows, which we are. Okay. So I don't necessarily expect fireworks for the market today. We want to stay above, as long as we stay above the, maybe choppy with an upward bias, I would say. If we stay above that level right there, then I think we have choppy towards an upward bias for basically what I'm calling like a dead cat bounce on all the indices. Okay. So whether it's RK, IWM, just we're looking for a swing bounce to resistance levels. And then may not even get that high. We got to look at the news every single morning. If some really bad news comes that causes TLT to head back to the lows, then boom, your little rally's over. So it's a very precarious rally. All right. So that's it. That's what we got. Hopefully gave you some good information to make some decisions on. Again, we're going to be, what's the number one pick of the day? It's just so hard because if I'm going to judge myself by the open, if we get the pullback on Overstock, I don't want to be judged by the opening price on Overstock, right? This opens at 1570, goes to 15, you know. But I think I'm going to make that the number one pick with that caveat. All right, don't go. If you want to buy it at the open, it's up to you. All right, but I think Overstock and McDonald's might actually make bigger money on call options at the open. We'll see. But Overstock, McDonald, top two picks. Okay, AUGEX is in there. Number 3, Airbnb short, and then we're watching IBM, Peloton, Tesla, Intel. All right, good luck, guys. And I don't know when I'm going to resume. I think when I resume the shows, by the way, the afternoon shows, I might move it to 12 p.m. instead of 1 p.m. I'm really sorry for being off that. It's just, man, I hate it's hard for me to talk when I'm sick, and I still got this bad cough. But we'll see. All right, stay tuned for notifications in the app. In the meantime, because I'm not doing that afternoon show, I'm trying to chat more in the VIP chat room. Good luck, everyone. See you soon.